Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel The Hobby Paleontologist. My name is Ilya. Today I'm back at a limestone quarry not far from the city of Samara. The goal for this video is to hunt for some fossils from the Carboniferous period. My dream find would be a complete crinoid or sea lily. They're pretty rare around here. Of course, I'm also on the lookout for brachiopods, bryozoans, sea urchins and more. This quarry exposes layers of rock from the very end of the Carboniferous period, part of the Paleozoic era. That means the fossils we're hoping to find are roughly 300 million years old. Let's see what we can dig up today. Stick around, it's gonna be interesting. Let's go fossil hunting. I decided to start my search at a pile of rocks where I've previously found fossilized rugose corals, gastropods, and the mineral fluorite. Take a look, there's already a fossil sitting right here on a big rock. It looks like someone was here not long before me. Actually, I probably know who it was. This person comes here often, regularly, and always leaves with some really nice finds. Over here on this smaller stone, there are what seem to be some reject specimens they decided not to take. Look at this. There are so many different rugose corals. There are some gastropods here as well. And right here is a colonial tabulate coral. Just as a quick reminder, rugose corals are the solitary horn-shaped kind, while gastropods are ancient snails. I remember seeing some interesting gastropods around here somewhere. Here they are. In fact, I might just start chiseling some of these out of this rock right now. Of course, you can't have a trip here without finding some fluorite. Take a look at these interesting pieces. We've got limestone as the base rock, then a thin, colorful seam of fluorite running through it, and on top of that, a layer of white calcite. Now, let me crack open a few of these rocks just to see what's inside. You can clearly see the fossil layers here. Oh, and by the way, I took your advice from the comments. I'm wearing gloves, safety glasses, and a good pair of high-ankle boots, perfect for trudging through mud and rough terrain.
Oh.
All right, let's start splitting this rock. See these hollow voids? Those used to be rugose corals. Now they're just empty spaces. They were most likely dissolved and washed out by cast processes. That's when water slowly dissolves the limestone. Still, I did find a much nicer, more complete rugose coral here last time. Its preservation was excellent. But right now, this rock has my full attention. Look at these beautiful gastropods. I need to figure out a way to extract them without damaging the actual fossils. Actually, these smaller pieces could make really neat souvenirs. You know, maybe even hand them out to kids. It's a great way to spark an interest in fossils. Alright, we'll leave this stone alone. There's nothing on it except for a lot of rugose corals. Okay folks, here's the first more or less decent find. Look how many brachiopods are on this rock, and they run right through the entire layer, both large and small. I'll figure out the exact genus at home and put an on-screen caption down here. And besides the brachiopods, we've got something else here. This is a bryozoan. Look at it, all branched out. A really cool specimen, but it's a bit thick. I'll need to break off the back part to make it easier to carry. I think I'll take this one. Plus, there are some fragments from it right here. Also some pretty good specimens with brachiopods on them. These little ones, I'll probably leave them on the rock. If someone needs them, they can take them. Well, let's get to work on extracting these beautiful brachiopods from the rock. So, I climbed up onto this pile of rocks again and found some very interesting tabulate corals. What's great is that they're in excellent condition. Here, take a look. You can see every single tube, how they're all woven together. This colonial coral is called Syringopora. And here's something else interesting. A few of the tubes have quartz crystals growing inside them. These are really unique finds. I think I'll take these as well. They're fascinating. I'll leave them here on this stone next to the brachiopods for now. There we go. They can stay put. I'll collect them later. Dear friends, it's starting to rain, and I've been walking around out here in the rain for about an hour now. In principle, it's not too bad. I've got my hood, but I have to be more careful with the camera equipment. In that time, I found quite a few cool specimens, and I honestly don't know which one is the best. Here's one of my piles. But this one here is probably the least presentable. I've actually got several piles formed already. I'm going to show you what I found. For example, here's a whole Rugos coral. Though I did chip it a little, I think it's fine, I can glue it at home. The important thing is that it's mostly intact. I found one just like this last time, and it turned out beautifully. After preparation, it looks great now. Here's a little bit of crinoid material, a nice stem segment from a sea lily. I'll take it. It's small, won't take up much space, and it'll make a perfect little gift for someone. Here are various clusters of crinoids, brachiopods, fusulinids, sea urchin parts, and so on. These are really interesting too. Here's a nice specimen. Also, some small pieces of crinoids and brachiopods here. And larger pieces of crinoids as well. Now, this is a very cool piece, especially if it's polished. This is a colonial coral, a tabulate. It's fossilized as silica or even chalcedony, so it's preserved in this siliceous form. First, I need to clean this rock. And once it's cleaned, I'll show it to you. I think you'll be surprised by how beautiful it is. A good polish would make it absolutely stunning. Well, that's how it is for now. I'm starting to get a bit hungry. My backpack is right over there, under this sort of improvised roof. See? Flat stones always come in handy. I'll have a quick snack and then go back to showing you what else I found. And maybe we'll find something else too. Well, the rain just won't let up. Anyway, I found a brachiopod here in good condition. I'm going to start working it out of the rock now. Oh, the brachiopod popped right off by itself. What a beauty! Up. Chipped it a little, but it's okay. So here's how the brachiopod turned out. Now, here's an interesting little rock with brachiopods. It's all cracked and splits apart nicely. But the brachiopods themselves are in poor condition. I found better ones today. They look kind of crushed. That's it, there's nothing else in it. Dear friends, I've gathered up quite a few interesting fossils here. Now I'll show you the best ones. First off, here's another nice collector slab with various crinoid parts. It's just interesting, would make a good gift. Another complete Rugos coral. And look, it's facing this way. If the last one I found was facing down, showing us its back, this one is the opposite, showing its face. I'll prepare this one carefully too, it's going to look great. And here's a brachiopod. It just needs a little preparation as well, and it'll also turn out really nice. Now here's an interesting slab. This is a huge sea urchin spine, and look, it's not just one, there are two. There's also something else here, not sure what it is yet. I'll have to examine it later. And then on this big rock, I just like this sea urchin test fragment. I think I'll take it. This is the exact part, the center where the spine was attached. You get the idea. Check out what I did. I wrapped the camera in plastic wrap to keep it dry in the rain. Dear friends, I think I found what I was looking for. Yes, I believe I'm looking at a Crinoid Calyx, but more on that later. Right now, I want to show you a little hack I learned from the staff at the Undery Paleontological Museum, how to wrap specimens. You just take some plastic wrap and a rock like this one, for example, wrap it up tightly and put it in your backpack. It won't get anything dirty, it won't crumble, and it won't scratch against other things. So that's the method. I decided to try it out, which you'll see in this clip. What can you see on this rock? Here is the Crinoid Calyx with its arms, and right here it looks like the stem is buried under the rock. That means it's almost a complete specimen. This is a very rare find for our region at least, one this complete and well preserved. Now I'll take it carefully and wrap it in plastic. Into this. We mustn't damage this extremely valuable find under any circumstances. I'm going to wrap all these rocks in plastic. No discrimination here. And we have this brachiopod here with bits of crinoids. It's an interesting little rock, but I'm not sure what I'll do with it. Maybe give it as a gift, or maybe keep it for my collection. Here's a slightly dirty crinoid stem fragment, a small one, and a bryozoan here. Well, there's a lot of miscellaneous stuff. that might turn out to be something good later on. And here's another little plate like that. It's basically the same kind of thing, just smaller and lighter. I think it's worth taking all of it. You get nice, neat little packages like this. Okay, this one goes here too. Now I'll wrap up the finds I brought back from over there, the ones I already showed you. There are sea urchins here, rugose corals, and other fossils as well. The weather today is absolutely awful. I'm completely soaked. It's such a miserable rain, you know? It seems light, but it goes on and on. It's dreary, and in the end, it soaks you right through. I'm shivering, freezing out here already. Time to wrap up this paleontology trip. All in all, it's been quite successful. I showed you the crinoid, or rather a fragment of its calyx, but I have another very cool find. I'm not entirely sure I've identified it correctly, but if I have, it's a very rare find, just as rare as a crinoid calyx. That would mean I got incredibly lucky today, twice over. All right, time to start loading up the backpack. Let's take out everything we don't need. I shouldn't have brought the drone today. Didn't need it because of the weather. In weather like this, even a bad owner keeps the dog indoors, as they say. Okay, so here's my third pile of fossils. In this one, we've got crinoids, brachiopods, and an interesting piece. I'll show it to you in a second. Well, in principle, there's nothing super special here. You've seen all this today. Here's a sea urchin spine, a brachiopod. Let's wrap this one up. Moving on. This rock, I probably won't even take. Here's an interesting crinoid branch, most likely one of its arms. It's small, I can take it. Here are a few crinoid parts, disarticulated. And here's a large stem, so we'll take that. All right, here. And this is a fairly valuable, well, not particularly valuable, just a nice find. A whole gastropod, it's black, not sure why. Maybe some kind of fungus grew on the rock because it was lying on the surface for a long time, but that'll all wash off easily at home, so it'll make a great specimen. And here, some kind of skull. I don't know exactly what animal it's from, but it's definitely from the Cenozoic era, the Quaternary period. But, by the looks of it, it was a squirrel, probably not a rat. I won't take it, let it stay here. If someone needs it, they can take it. Okay, but this pile of finds I already showed you. It has that broken rugose coral in it. And, in principle, nothing particularly special except for the tabulates in chert. This here, that's a cool piece. We'll quickly wrap all this up in plastic too, put it in the backpack, and move on. Folks, what do you think this is? It's neither a sea urchin nor a brachiopod. There's a very good chance this is a Carboniferous trilobite spine. Trilobites have never been found in this quarry before. Okay, but first, let's wrap up all these colonial corals. To be more precise, Syringopora, which belong to the tabulate corals. Alright, let's give this rock with a trilobite spine a tap with a hammer. Try to split it in half. No, didn't manage to split it. Well, okay, we'll take the small piece then. Time to head out. Let's gather up everything that's mine from here. Oh man, this backpack is so heavy. It's got everything I found today. Quick, let's get it on. It's getting cold. Thank you for watching this video. I hope my effort wasn't in vain and that you found it interesting. At least I achieved one goal today. I found the Crinoid Calyx I've been dreaming about. There it is. Besides that, we may have found a trilobite spine, a first for this quarry. And, well, that's it. Lots of other interesting stuff again. Stuffed the backpack full. This has been the Hobby Paleontologist channel, and I'm your long-suffering host, Ilya. Bye for now. Probably another 2 kilometers to walk from here.